So if you have a 360 awareness, you have a higher chance of, detecting something is coming behind you and you can avoid that. Again, as you can see, all my projects has a illustration with videos, because people say pictures speak 1,000 words. Now think about pictures that moves with the time. They can speak 10,000 words. So that's why I always like to show these things, because it gets the point much more effectively. And this one is done by one of your seniors from this very same university. I think he's from electronics department. But yeah, anyway, he's working with me as a postdoc now. So one of the things we wanted to do is, again, bring technology into the hands of everyday people, to the hands of kids, people without that much technical background. And this is a platform that allows you to animate contents on real paper. You can draw things on regular A4 paper and use our toolkit, attach these things behind the things you drew and animate them. So you can create subtle animations like leaves falling down or birds flying on regular paper with this technology. What we did was we used thermochromic ink that changes with the color, which has been used for many years. People have done installations and demonstrations with thermochromic ink. What they have done previously is you heat it up, change the color, you let the ambient cool it down. And what we did and patented was that we came up with a control algorithm that rapidly heats up and cools down. So we can control the frames, and we have this precise controllability so that we can design specific animations, and we encapsulate that technology into a more like plug and play type of pixels and a GUI that simply allows you to form the animation in a timeline fashion. And these are, it's not very clear here, but these are done by people who had no idea about this technology in a 1-hour workshop. We gave them this toolkit and explained how it's used, and within 1 hour, people came up with things that we never expected. So that's what happened when you enable people with technology. They can always and almost always surprise you. This is how it works. Somehow the color scheme is not clear on screen, but it's appearing and disappearing. And it's just simple 3 steps. You draw on regular paper, and then you attach these things on behind. So you can notice here this leaf falling down kind of effect. So apart from just paper animation, we are working with real artists doing installations that has this temporal aspect. We are also working with high-end luxurious hotels to provide this very customized, personalized ambience with this type of paper-based wallpapers. And again, that technology is being produced now as a toolkit, and we will be launching this as a product that people can buy and play with. Another line of work is augmented tools. So rather than having to learn a tool, go through a user manual before using a tool, what if tool would teach you on the go? tool would, guide you if you are using it correctly, if you are holding it correctly, if you are using it correctly. And again, to demonstrate this, we built this guy called 3D. What it does is, it allows any person to be a specialist or expert sculptor. So you can create a 3D model on your computer, connect this guy to your computer, and then you start with a say just a brick, and then you use the tool. Tool will remove the material to create that computer model you have on the computer. If you push too far, the tool knows that, tool stops. If you are not at the right point, it will guide you. And if you are an expert, you want to override the computer, it also allows you to bring your own personal expertise by overriding the computer. So this deer structure was created by 6 people who had no idea what they were creating. So basically we had a computer model, and you would use the tool and let the tool guide you and create pieces of that. And the next version of this is, now we want to start with physical things. We want to start with clay, build a model, have a tracking system, track that, create a computer model, modify the computer model, use the tool, change this, and track it back, so you can keep on doing cyclic design. So that's the kind of next generation product design cycle. You can keep on doing this as many times as you want. So apart from all this more technical stuff, we also do fun and interactive and large scale installations. This is Singapore. This is Marina Bay, one of the prominent areas in Singapore. Just a couple of months ago, we did a big, large scale installation in Marina Bay. This is 1,500 LEDs submerged in water, and we put sensors around the pier. This was done as part of the Singapore light installation competition. So when people walks around, these patterns kind of moves and react to people. So this is more of a interactive installation, public installation, engaging installation, participatory type of installation, and doing these things, we have a lot of fun. So we do things that are kind of hardcore research. We try to translate that into industry. At the same time, we do these type of kind of experiential designs. And again, to give you a feel of how this works, I'll show a video taken by a quadcopter. This was on show for a month, I think, during the month of March this year, and 500,000, just about 500,000 people visited this exhibit. So these are making a real impact, not just random stuff that you build in the lab and never go out of the lab. So before transiting into PhD, I want to make a point about impact of work. So as I mentioned, if you think about what's happening, you see a lot of people developing technologies. I'm not saying that's bad, which is, good. People come up with different types of, let's say if you take wireless technology, people work on Bluetooth, people work on Wi-Fi, people work on Zigbee, all kind of technologies. Then there's another group of people who try to use this and create applications around these things, right? And then there's another group, tip of the triangle, looks at what's the bigger picture, where are all these things going, and try to set the directions and principles. So the implications of this is kind of the flip of this triangle. A classical example of this would be the vision of having portable music, which still exists. That vision is kind of long term. But 20, 30 years ago, it was Walkman, soon changed to CD-man, changed to iPods, still surviving, now moving to cloud. So the way we use portable music vision change, the device characteristics change a bit, but technologies kept changing. So if you design just a technology without thinking about what's the bigger picture, bigger impact vision, that thing will soon be outdated. If somebody designed the Walkman without the vision of portable music, the moment the CD-man came, Walkman is no longer exists. But the person who had the idea of portable music still exists. So especially for those who want to do graduate studies, PhDs, you probably want to think of the bigger vision, what you want to change, and then it's okay to build a small piece of that and say, okay, this is my bigger vision to show what it feels and looks like. I'm building this little very limited model, but you set your big picture correct. But what typically happens is people jump into building things and try to force fit a vision around that, and then you get into problems of the limitations of the prototype, because you back yourself with the prototype. If you back yourself with a bigger vision, then people won't ask so much questions about the technology. Sometimes the current technology might not be good enough to go to your vision. So it's your chance to inspire people up here to build the right technology for you to accomplish that vision. So this is something important if you want to do a PhD. Think of doing something like this, but otherwise your 5 years of hard work might be outdated pretty soon. So I think this is a good point to transit to the PhD program. As mentioned during the introduction, Singapore University of Technology and Design was established by MIT, I think almost 5 years ago. So the vision of creating this was, Singapore already had 3 very established universities. National University of Singapore, NUS. I think one of my friends from there came and gave a talk a few weeks ago. NTU, which focuses on technology. It's more like the Moratuwa, more technical aspects. Then Singapore Management University. And then why 4th university? 4th government university, because Singapore works very top-down way, right? The government decides this is the right strategy for 10 years, and then they deliver that. So Singapore wanted a university, a 4th university, that produces a unique set of graduates. And to create that, they wanted a unique partnership. Singapore used to have some MIT connections. I remember when I was in NUS, we had this Singapore MIT Alliance and these little departmental programs. They stop all this. They create a whole university from the scratch with MIT. So the whole university has been designed in terms of physical space, in terms of curriculum, in terms of research, all with MIT inputs. And we basically teach what MIT teaches as is. As faculty, we used to go to MIT, spend a year, co-teach a subject with MIT faculty, bring that thing as is. So we teach MIT curriculum with the MIT experience. And just to add a differentiation factor to that, Singapore also had a partnership with Zhejiang University, which is one of the prominent universities in China, to have that east-west bridge. And this is our founding president. He used to be a dean of MIT Engineering, one of the 14 MIT eminent professors. So he was convinced to take up this job, and now he says if he had the opportunity to recreate MIT, SUTD is the way he would do it. And this is our brand new campus. This was started, the construction was started a couple of years ago, and this December we are moving to this very exciting looking campus. One of the campuses that has most amazing facilities I've ever seen. I've been to MIT a couple of years, I've been to many other universities. I've been in NUS for 10 years, but I've never seen things that's in this. We have things like 3D printers that can print metal, platinum, printers that can print 14 different materials, mix and match, and there's so many things. So it's an amazing facility. It's going to be open in December, and I know some of your juniors are joining my group as interns, so they might be some of the first to enjoy these facilities, and those who are joining PhD program would be also the first to use this facility. And the PhD is designed for 21st century. you have the opportunity to work with world-class faculty. It also comes with an industry attachment. You have to do a 6 months attachment in an industry, so you are kind of updated with what's happening in the industry. You have the choice of visiting any university of your choice. We recommend MIT, but any other place. For 6 months, everything is paid for. And as a PhD student, you get a travel grant, which I wish I had that when I was a PhD student. You get, I think, $20,000 for you to, your own discussion. You can choose to attend conferences, workshops, whatever you think is useful for your career. So those are the kind of amazing things that none of the other Singapore universities can afford or not allowed to afford, because this is a government initiative, and they make sure that SUTD as a startup university gets this edge over other universities. So we have these 50 amazing spaces, and only SUTD can offer this. This comes from Ministry of Education, and only SUTD is allowed to do this. No other university in Singapore can offer these PhDs. And the university is kind of designed with the idea of interdisciplinary approach. We don't have faculties, we don't have departments, because that kind of separate things apart. Because you say, this is my faculty, I do these things, I am not interested in those things, so we don't want to have that. Therefore, the whole university is built upon 4 pillars. We call them 4 pillars. And pillars are what the world needs. What the world needs is products, services, built environments,